I explained in my prior whiteboard that most of the Republicans in that Tennessee State House did not face a Democrat in a contested election last November, and most didn't face an opponent at all. Again, more than half. No contested election. It's a disaster for democracy, does great damage. But it's not just Tennessee. This is happening all over the country, be it Texas, Florida, Georgia, Ohio, many other states. Dozens of these extremists don't even face contested elections come November. And it's doing huge damage to democracy for all sorts of reasons I can't go through today. One, though, is that millions and millions of Americans don't even face a choice in these elections, which means that they don't pay attention to these elections, which only makes the problem worse, that these are anonymous places doing great damage to democracy. But there's one particular way that this lack of accountability does damage I want to talk through right now, and that is how much it screws up the incentives of public service in the first place. So when you're in a world of competitive elections, and I was in this myself as a county commissioner, local official, the incentives line up to do good public service. It's in your interest to serve and create good public outcomes, right? To serve the public good, because that's what you tell the voters to get yourself reelected in a competitive election. I did something better. I improved something. It also is generally in your interest to be for things that are popular and mainstream. You can't last long in a competitive democracy if you're an extremist. You also generally should be for democracy, the very voters who need to vote for you. Once you get rid of competitive elections, and once everything's guaranteed as it is in these states for so many of these officials, these incentives all flip upside down. The public goods no longer matter, the public outcomes, because you're going to win no matter what. Serving private interests, even if it costs the public, actually is how you get ahead. You no longer have an incentive to be mainstream, you have an incentive to be an extremist because you're only worried about the next primary. So the extremism only gets worse. Once you're giving away public goods to the private, and once you're an extremist, you also now have a very strong incentive to keep democracy at bay, don't you? Because you realize if you did these two things in a fair district, you'd lose. So you have all these incentives to serve private interests, to be an extremist, and to attack democracy. And in these screwed up worlds with no accountability, that's how you stay in power. No wonder we're seeing a downward spiral in state after state.